Oh, he's fine. He can draft. Just do a little drafting right there.
Bail out, Mike Joy.
White flag.
All right, he's already celebrating. Don't say anything yet. Get it on around here.
Dale Earnhardt, Ernie Irvan, Elliott Sadler, Rusty Wallace, and now Kurt Busch is a first-time Winston Cup winner at Bristol.
The white flag will be up when they come back. The Ryan Newman car going a lap down in 15th place. Final lap in Martinsville, half mile to go. Is it win 2 for Kurt Busch or the first victory for Johnny Benson?
Well, Kurt's got nobody in front of him right now, so I know that he's probably a little bit happy about that.
He got away from him off 2. Final shot, final corner. Benson can't get close enough. Winston Cup win number 2 for Kurt Busch. He takes the Old Dominion 500.
So 248.
Don't forget you got one more, the big one.
Don't forget, Kurt, run one more lap.
Thanks, Kinzer. Appreciate it, buddy.
Going to come up at 382 miles of the scheduled distance today. And how about this young kid? Talked about it earlier, BP. Just a couple of years ago, was working for the water utility in Las Vegas.
Man, and here he is, won 2 NASCAR Winston Cup races in a row. The winner last week at Martinsville, a half mile, 12-degree bank. He comes here to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, mile and a half, quad oval, 24-degree bank. Doesn't make any difference to this kid.
And he's got a younger brother coming up through the ranks. They say is every bit as good.
That was so young he couldn't run NASCAR touring races this year. Had to go to a different division to race.
Kurt Busch is going to clinch the Manufacturers Championship for Ford in 2002 with their victory today. Their 3rd Manufacturers title in the last 4 years. He's going to keep Joe Nemechek and Dale Jarrett out of victory lane. For Tony Stewart, a big day in the championship as he's going to finish 4th. And his pursuers, Mark Martin, will be the closest of them today, and he'll finish in 8th. Checkered flag is up. A little bit shy of the scheduled distance, but it counts nonetheless. Kurt Busch takes his 3rd victory of 2002. He wins the Napa 500.
The headlines have been many involving Tony Stewart, not all of them good. The incident at Indianapolis with the photographer, much publicized. Tony put on probation by his sponsor for the rest of the season. But he and that team had so many opportunities to come apart at the seams from all the off-track distractions that were going on, and they didn't.
It made them stronger because it brought them much closer together as a team. As you see, the white flag is waving on this field.
It's the final lap of the 2002 season. Tony Stewart, a mile and a half from a NASCAR Winston Cup championship. Kurt Busch is out in front of the race, looking to pick up his 4th victory of the season. 3 of those will come in the last 5 weeks of the year. Put Kurt Busch on your calendar as a Winston Cup title contender for 2003. Checkered flag is up. The Ford of Roush Racing wins the Ford 400. Kurt Busch is the winner at Miami.
Kurt Busch has almost a second lead on leader Matt Kenseth. Be white flag next time by.
Clear. White flag right here. White flag. Smooth, man.
Half a lap to go for Kurt Busch.
Yeah, he's got her own cruise control.
One-lap car won't be a factor. 2nd straight Food City 500 win for Kurt Busch. 2 good battles as we close in. White flag trouble. It is Martin sliding across the grass, and it's Johnson in the wall. Jimmy. Caution is out.
No, the white flag's out. You got to race back. You cannot slow down.
Now, Jimmy Johnson's car wadded up in the wall. They've got to race to the line. The leaders did not get the yellow, did they?
No, on the last lap, you race back.
In Rusty Wallace and Bobby Blondie, they're side by side down the backstretch. This is a battle for 2nd. Kurt Busch entering turn 3 right now.
Jimmy Johnson gets his car off the wall and out of harm's way.
Mark Martin's in the middle of the grass here right at the start-finish line, but this will be the race right here. Kurt Busch coming off turn 4, Mike.
Yeah, but here comes Bobby Labonte under Rusty. Rusty drove it in there hard, shoved up. Labonte's going to beat him to the line.
6th career win for Kurt Busch. And a near photo finish at the line, Labonte for 2nd.
And how about Bill Elliott finishes 4th, Jamie McMurray 5th, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes 6th, and Michael Waltrip 7th. Look at Matt Kenseth on the bottom. He may get 2 positions here. He got a heck of a run in the middle of 3 and 4. White flag this time pulls up beside the man he's battling in the points, Dale Earnhardt Jr. White flag side by side.
Junior's giving him nothing.
Boy, Michael's right there with them too. I mean, that's a great. That's going to get interesting down here in turn 1.
Junior takes Kenseth right downstairs.
I think Michael's going to get a run on both of them right here. No, he can't quite fall. He's going to get by Junior.
Oh,
Junior had to back up.
He pushed up off the 2 over there and had to get up out of the gas. Happens all the time.
And Michael had the draft from Kenseth rather than being up behind his teammate. The low line was working better for him.
Yeah, Junior's going to go from 4th to 7th.
Oh, trouble back straightaway. A lot of smoke car around. I think it's Mike Wallace. Here we come to the flag. Checker is out. Kurt Busch will celebrate Ford's century of Ford Motor Company with a victory at Michigan.
Kurt Busch down to his final couple of circuits around Bristol, looking for his 4th win of 2003. You know, we said it before, but it is worth repeating. What a week it's been, and what a way to try and get things back on track where your racing is concerned. All the off-track items have been a distraction, but he's come out tonight and put it all aside and driven a very hard race. Final corner, and we'll see what kind of reception he gets in victory lane. It's checkered flag number 4 for 2003. Kurt Busch takes the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.
Rusty had the bumper right there in turn 1, but Busch is driving away.
And right now, Rusty Wallace, white flag. He'll have his hands full with Kevin Harvick in that 29 car on those fresher tires. Kurt Busch pulls away by another car length down the backstretch.
Kurt Busch running. Oh, McMurray slides up the racetrack off Kenseth's bumper. Checkered flag, Kurt Busch.
Man, I think Matt Kenseth in the 17 kind of drop kicked Jamie McMurray in the 42 car.
And here comes McMurray, and there goes the 30 around. Here comes McMurray up here looking for the 17.
And after the flag, Sauter came down and ran in the back of somebody.
Here we go.
And here they come to the white flag. So Kurt Busch with one more lap to go to try and hold off Jeff Gordon for the win. We're on the final lap in New Hampshire. Stewart tries Kenseth for 4th, and Gordon not able to stay up with Busch.
Stewart trying everything again.
Oh,
That was close.
little contact coming off the 2nd corner.
McMurray inside of Michael Waltrip there. That'll be for 6th and 7th places. It's been a struggle over the late spring and early summer for Kurt Busch. No more. He wins today at New Hampshire International Speedway. Couple of car lengths over Jeff Gordon, his 2nd win of the season.
And a white flag. Final lap at New Hampshire for Kurt Busch.
I think the big advantage for these guys was that he did get practice. So he could tune their cars in. And these guys had a great race car, so they didn't have a whole lot to do.
Even though he led 110 laps and won the race in July, his crew chief Jimmy Fenning told me this morning they weren't satisfied with the car. They thought other people will have caught up to them since then. They made some changes based on their experience and their knowledge, and obviously they were the right changes to have made. As Kurt Busch sees the checkered flag and begins his chase for the Nextel Cup with a victory.
Checkered flag is up. Greg Biffle wins the Ford 400 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon finish 2nd and 3rd. It's not going to be enough. Kurt Busch is the 2004 NASCAR Nextel Cup Series champion.
We did it. I'm going to come and get you by the end of pit road. Everybody come with me on the track and push me.
What a relief.
Wow. That's all I can say.
That's good stuff.
Wow.
Doesn't get any better than that.
43's coming hard. Let's bring it home. One more lap to go. One more lap.
He just drove it in turn 3 way too hard. He got up in the loose stuff with him. That was kind of a last-ditch effort.
Waltrip should be safe in 2nd place. Jeff Burton is 8 seconds back.
Kevin Harvick, 29 car, has problems.
And he will drop from 9th place. Off turn 4. Kurt Busch, the defending series champ, gets his 12th career win
The 5th win at Phoenix for Carl and her Jack Roush, and Busch's first victory of the season.
6-car Mark Martin. Yeah, that little deal back there gave him some breathing room between Edwards, and now we got Newman trying to take a spot from Carl Edwards.
Last lap. Newman and Edwards battle. Busch trying to pull away. Wallace looking for a second-place finish. Newman under Edwards. But Carl hangs on. Newman continues with the clinic.
Here comes Stewart. Stewart's got a head of steam right there.
And his teammate Bobby Labonte behind him. Caution is out. That will decide it. Kurt Busch is the race winner. One attempt at the green-white checkered finish. The caution comes out. Kurt Busch will come back and get the checkered flag under the caution. As soon as the caution comes out, the field is frozen. They are on the track, not by scoring loop, but by visual sightings and by TV cameras around the track. There was no question here, though. Kurt Busch was the leader.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome job, Kurt Busch. Awesome.
And Kurt Busch takes the checkered flag at Pocono. Kurt Busch, 2 to go. Well, he lost by a razor-thin margin to Mark Martin in the IROC race here on Thursday. Mark beat him just coming off a 4. But he was just thrilled with how he ran that night. He's going to be extra happy with tonight. White flag, last lap of the race to the chase. Down the backstretch. Kurt Busch, the defending series champion, locked into the chase for the Nextel Cup, is going to take the checkered flag. Kurt Busch wins at Richmond.
They're going to come across the side. They're going to come across the start-finish line sideways and backwards.
Lap car McMurray out of the way. White flag.
Jeff Gordon just got by Matt Kenseth for 3rd space. Harvick's there. He's there.
Oh, and look at this. The 24 just went around. And here comes the 29. Can he get to him?
We're still green.
Busch wins it.
Woo! Man, I'm glad that race is over with.
It has been 52 races since Kurt Busch has gone to victory lane. It was in Bristol, Tennessee back in March of 2006. He's been waiting a long time to see the white flag with him at the head of the field.
I tell you what, it's been a battle of the beer cars late in the race with Kurt Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Looks like the blue car is going to win that battle today. The Miller Lite car of Kurt Busch.
His car started on the front row. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the pole.
But boy, did Junior come back with that shock change. And boy, Jeff Gordon, he knows he's out of time. He's going to try to get all he can out of Denny Hamlin. This is the final lap.
Battle for 3rd spot. Gordon trying to get inside of Hamlin to take the spot away to have back-to-back 3rd place finishes in that car. He got 3rd at Indianapolis, but here's the guy who has been the one to watch all day long. Total domination for Kurt Busch. As he comes through the turn, it would be the 59th win for Roger Penske. And after a 51-race winless streak, Kurt Busch takes the win at Pocono Raceway. He is reeling in the 17 car that is for the 4th position.
Denny's just got to stay working the top side of the track, guys. That's where he's been the strongest. And see him run up on the bumper of the 17. That's the only chance he's got. He just seems like he can't get it done on the bottom. And as Kurt Busch now is just driving off, just that time definitely quicker than Mark Truex that very last lap. So
Kurt Busch, a 28-year-old driver from Las Vegas, Nevada. He broke a 51-race winless streak at Pocono just 3 weeks ago. Kurt Busch comes down in dominating fashion and wins at Michigan.
This race has ended. NASCAR has declared the race over. Kurt Busch is the race winner.
Boy, Gordon got a good restart. He's going to pull to the high side. Kurt Busch shuts the door on him going into one.
Boy, Kurt didn't get off to a real great start, but he's going right for that high line up off of turn 2. And he should be able to make the pass. Carl's going to try to slam the door. No way.
But look at Jeff Gordon in that 24 car. Carl trying to slide in between them, and it's not going to work. White flag next time.
Harvick jumped up to 4th on the restart, but I think he's too far back. It's a 3-horse race.
That 2 car is not that good on the bottom, but he's got him enough lead. I think he's going to be okay.
1 to go.
That 2 car is just too strong for everybody today.
Looks like the battle's going to be for second. Carl Edwards fighting back, though, on the bottom.
On the bottom, you're clear.
Oh, Gordon's got a run. Here he comes.
Boy, Gordon got a great run. He side drafted off of Carl Edwards, and down the back we go.
Watch him. He's going to pack it down into turn 3. This 24 car. See if he can stick.
He can't do it. That Busch 2 car is just on a rail today.
Versus Big Daddy Kurt Busch, Roger Penske win in Atlanta.
White flag, that time by.
Bring it to the house.
Kurt Busch trying to milk it for one more lap. He has never won at Texas Motor Speedway.
And Kyle Busch still sitting on pit road, not able to get refired. Just barely rolling.
Kurt Busch's lone win in 2009 was on a 1.5-mile track, a sister track to this one at Atlanta Motor Speedway down in March. A year ago, Carl Edwards stretched the fuel mileage and won it here. And once again tonight, the fuel mileage works, and Kurt Busch will go to victory lane here at Texas.
Nice, great job out there. Woo! Way to go, guys. Awesome deal. How's the old tortoise versus the hare, baby? Woo! Yeah, baby. Way to do it, baby. Way to save that gas, man. Great job, everybody.
They're still waiting on the second place car to cross the line.
Truex got shuffled way back on that one. And Kurt Busch is running time trial laps. He doesn't have Kenseth on his bumper. The next flag ends the race.
All right. We're in the money lap now.
Menard holding a top 5 against Allmendinger, Vickers, and Biffle.
And he's holding a top 5 with only 2 fresh tires right now.
Kenseth closing the gap. Kurt Busch off turn number 4. Kurt Busch is going to win it for Roger Penske. The Blue Deuce goes to victory lane again in Atlanta. Clean and green finish.
You have to be white flags in the air, but you got to also be impressed with the 18 car, Larry. Overcome all the adversity they did, and he's sitting here. He's going to come home in 3rd place. That's an impressive run as well.
McMurray cuts it down to 87 hundredths. A big waggle off turn 4 last time. He is so agonizing close to giving Chip Ganassi the Memorial Day double.
Well, the old vortex theory, she worked in, Mike.
Because we just made a clean sweep of their checkbook.
Roger Penske prevails. Kurt Busch wins the Coca-Cola 600.
The runner-up spot may not be decided until we come right to the finish. Gordon looking to the inside of Edwards to go to second.
I tell you, for Carl, I don't think, would have never dreamed he'd be in the top 3 after looking at the practice.
No, and watching that pass, I don't think he would have dreamed he would be in the top 3 either. He just pulled to the outside. He gave Jeff plenty of room. I would have never believed when they dropped the green flag on this race that these 2 guys would be in the top 3.
Yeah.
These 2 that we're watching right here. After listening to Jeff
15 laps
Gordon,
ago, like I said, looking back at the monitor, Jeff Gordon was way back in the field.
Yeah, and complaining the whole time about not being able to turn into the corner. And as you said a minute ago, he was one of the fastest cars on the racetrack here towards the end.
And he's about a second faster than Kurt Busch is right now. He just doesn't have the time.
You know, I think this speaks volumes for this. We're on the final lap here. I think this speaks volumes for Carl too. He's focused on winning this championship. He had an opportunity to leave. He decided he would stay and work on this thing. Still didn't get it the way he wanted it, but he's driven it today.
I think he'll be real happy with this.
Yeah, the way a championship driver could drive a car, and he knows this is a big statement to the other guys. If I stick around and stay here, you're going to have to think about it.
Another name you may add to the list of those who are thinking championship, the driver who has been so consistent the last few weeks. Kurt Busch and the program really on the rise at Team Penske.
Incredible. So much was made out of Kurt Busch and things that went on early in the year, things that went on the radio, things that went on within that team. But you can say what you want to. He's passionate about driving a race car. He got those people up off their butt. and here he's getting ready to win.
Checkers this time.
3 poles in a row. Should have had 4.
Kurt Busch a winner at Infineon, first of 2011.
Incredible.
Now they're 2 laps away from going to victory lane.
They're proving they can do it. They adjusted this car when it wasn't so good in the middle of the race, turned it around, and now looks like he's going to get this victory. 1 to go. 4 miles,
The only driver in the top 10 in the championship standings all season long. That man, Kurt Busch. Just the 1 win on the road course at Sonoma. But steady, solid. After finishing 22nd in New Hampshire a week ago to lose ground in the championship, they're going to gain it all back with a win on the Monster Mile today. Kurt Busch wins at Dover.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
White flag in the air for Kurt Busch. Jimmy is 2 car lengths back.
How many races is this?
6.
How many winners is this?
It's going to be 6, it looks like.
Back straightaway, final time. Cole Witt ahead. Michael Annett, Jamie McMurray. Johnson is to the back bumper of Kurt Busch. But they power off turn number 4, and the Outlaw wins the battle at Martinsville.
And Stuart Haas. Really, Gene Haas.
I can't believe it. Thank you, guys.
What an awesome day for that team.
Clear track ahead is
White flag right here. White flag. One more good one.
Kurt Busch leads his 290th lap of this race. Kevin Harvick within 1 second. Cuts it down to 9/10 in the back straightaway. Traffic too far ahead to be a factor. And for Gene Haas, Kurt Busch has his 26th Sprint Cup win.
Nice job, everybody.
That 41 car ran like one of those Haas CNC machines today. Flawless.
This rain cell actually called by NASCAR on lap 139 of a scheduled 200 laps here. Kurt Busch, his 2nd win of the season as he edges out Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the gambling Kyle Larson and company. And worth pointing out that the Richmond rain we had, remember, moved from a Saturday night race to a Sunday race. Kurt Busch won that earlier this year. He wins the rain-shortened race here in Michigan. And important in the Chase seeding process to get a 2nd or 3rd win. He's only the 3rd multiple winner. Of course, Jimmy Johnson has 4, Kevin Harvick 2. That helps you in that playoff chase.
Coming to the white flag.
I was going to say the best thing for Kurt Busch is this battle here for 2nd. This last lap's.
Yeah, he's opened up his lead now to a 2.5 seconds. The white flag will wave. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
If you run out now, Mike, you can't make it back. You can't coast all the way around this racetrack.
We don't know if he's out of gas because we can't hear the engine.
It's up onto the back straightaway.
I tell you, if he does make it, it's masterful bit of teamwork.
He have to take a lot of credit for making it.
Absolutely.
He really would.
Yeah, what did he say the other day in the pre-race? He's A-. They've been performing well, but not getting the final results. If he makes it through this last corner, it's an A+.
I think he's going to make it.
Keselowski looks high on Earnhardt. For 2nd place, Kurt Busch rounds off the corner.
He made it.
He can make it from here. Kurt Busch wins at Pocono, his 28th Sprint Cup win.
Nice job, crew chief.
Wow. Johnny Klausmeyer.
So proud.
Wow. Again, I don't like this high line. I just think it gives too many opportunities to get a run and make moves on the inside.
Well, there's a guy right there running 2nd right now that's finished 3rd in this thing 3 times.
The white flag waves. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Yeah, when I think of experience and knowledge here at Daytona, I think of Kurt Busch. He's been so close so many times.
Pushed his teammate to victory here one time. Is anybody going to push him today?
Look at the 21 coming on the inside to give him a big push. Where'd he come from?
Ryan Blaney from the back with Logano. Blaney
42's out of gas. 42's out of gas.
Who else is going to run out fuel?
21 is, I'm not so sure. Well, I think he's okay. He's still going.
Now, if the 47 can get up behind the 21, give him a push, he might get there, but I don't know. I think this might be Kurt Busch's day.
Looks like he's going to come home a winner.
Kurt Busch has been the bridesmaid in the Daytona 500. Here they come off turn 4 for the final time. From Las Vegas, the 2004 champion of the series, Kurt Busch, for Gene Haas and Tony Stewart, wins the Daytona 500.
Wow. Wow. First time he's won the 500. What about that?
Kurt Busch, with his career in question after 2018. Doesn't have a deal for next year. Hasn't won in 58 races. Credit one to go. Kurt Busch trying to make sure he's in the playoffs with a win. Kurt Busch has a 6-pack of Monster Energy in Bristol. Can he hold it? 4 wide and into the wall. That was Chase Elliott. Side by side, here comes Kurt Busch. He takes the lead away from his brother. But now, Kyle Busch fighting back. Contact made as they go into 1. The Busch brothers, side by side. Tire rub by Kurt Busch. Kyle Busch now fighting on the inside. Once again, Kurt Busch making that outside line work.
What does Jones do here if these two get together?
Coming out of turn 4. Kurt Busch with the advantage. Kyle Busch slides. Kurt Busch will win.
What a finish!
Unreal. That was awesome.
Side by side for second. Kurt's loving this.
Yeah, Kurt Busch needs him to stay side by side. That's what's going to make it work for him.
All right, now that high side, will they get organized down the back straightaway? Day-Day's going to have some momentum here. Who will he help? Or will he go 3 wide?
Here, don't overdrive it, wrap them.
How aggressive will they be through the final turns? DiBenedetto in second. He drifts up the track a bit. Kurt Busch, the 2004 Cup champion, is going to win in his hometown. Busch wins in Vegas. Perfect lap and a half as he comes up on the back bumper of the 5 of Kyle Larson. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. The final time on this surface at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kurt Busch looking for his 33rd career win, which would tie him with Fireball Roberts for 25th all-time in wins in the Cup Series. Fireball Roberts has won at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And now, out of 4 for the final time, Kurt Busch is going to win the brother duel. He wins in Atlanta.
That's for Keymark. That's how you do it. Way to go, guys. Woo! Go, Chastain. Love you, buddy.
1 lap car on the bottom, 2 up high.
Get the 2 5 apart. This is the white flag. 1 more lap.
Brought to you by Credit One Bank. The white flag, that is.
Well, it's official. Just get this thing limped around there, Kurt.
Team 2311.
I picked for my ones to walk. Who was that?
Well, I mean, you always take the low-hanging fruit, Clint. I mean, come on.
This team formed by Denny Hamlin in a conversation with Michael Jordan. What if we go racing? Toyota jumped on board. With Bubba Wallace, they became a 2-car team. And here comes Kurt Busch to deliver the jump man the victory.
Hell yeah, man. You are the best.
Them boys earned it today.
Yes.
Brought a fast hot rod. Brought a champion in that seat, and he got the job done. This is going to be a big celebration. You're going to see this cat be happy.
Kyle Larson 1.3 back. Kyle Busch 1.9. That breaks Kurt Busch's string. In 3 of his last 4 wins, a driver named Kyle finished second.
Got to spin Michael McDowell off of 4.